Hi. In today's conversation, I'd like to share three qualities which I feel are crucial, especially when you're beginning your career in medical writing. These qualities are something which are just so important to include in your work ethic, not only earlier in your career, but something which needs to stay with you throughout the length of your career. Interestingly, these three qualities fit into the acronym ACT, A-C-T, ACT. A stands for accountability, which is a fancy way of saying keeping your promises. If you commit to a deadline, make sure you meet that deadline. If someone asks you a question and you say you might get back to them later, make sure you do get back to them. Any commitment, whether it's a small day-to-day commitment or a larger commitment such as a delivery, a timeline, a deliverable, whatever it is, make sure that the deadline is met and make sure that you're building accountability into your everyday routine. It's really important to become known as someone who is accountable. It's even more important to become known as an accountable person, as a knowledgeable person, because knowledge is something that you can gain by speaking with people or by researching information. But accountability is like an exercise that you need to do every single day in order to build that into your work ethic. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. C stands for camaraderie. Camaraderie is a word that means mutual trust and mutual friendship. It's very important to become known as someone who works well with a team, someone who's a good team player. Sometimes we become so obsessed and so excited about scoring the goal that we forget that it's as important to pass the ball to someone as it is to score the goal. Keep that in mind. Passing the ball is as important as scoring the goal, which is just another way of saying it's crucial to be an important team member and to recognize that everyone on the team has different skills, different strengths. So it's important to leverage everyone's strengths in order to accomplish the overall objective. And think about ways you can be an effective team player as opposed to becoming obsessed with trying to score the goal all the time. This can be of specific relevance when you're working in a much larger organization where job functions are very, very clearly demarcated. It's important to know what the boundaries of that job function are and talk to colleagues, talk to people who have been in the company longer in order to get a sense of how you can be a good team player. T stands for tenacity, which is another way of saying not giving up easy. Trying to go the extra mile and not giving up quickly. This can take on many forms. It could be trying to get information which is not so easy to find, trying to make an appointment with someone, or trying to get feedback from someone which may not be as easy to get. Scheduling a conversation with someone who may not be as easy to reach. Whatever the little challenge is, make sure you go the extra mile. And again, exactly like accountability, it pays a lot to be known as the most tenacious person on the team as opposed to being the most knowledgeable person on the team for exactly the same reason. You can get knowledge, but tenacity is like an exercise. You need to build that into your system and you need to build that into your attitude. So think about these three qualities and think about how important each quality is, especially at the beginning of your career, the first 3 to 4 months of your very first medical writing job, when you have to prove yourself not only from a medical writing perspective, but also from a team perspective, and also trying to demonstrate that you are indeed a valuable employee in the organization. So think about accountability, think about camaraderie, and think about tenacity. A-C-T, ACT. Think about that. And all the best.